This week in Moreton Bay, a Supreme Court ruling over the removal of homeless campers from a public park, a major road upgrade connecting Caboolture and Bribie Island finished ahead of schedule, and a new netball facility opening at South Pine Sports Complex. Adam here with the Moreton Bay update, where we take a look at some of the things happening across the city of Moreton Bay this week. Let's start with the court ruling. A recent Supreme Court decision has found that the City of Moreton Bay breached the Queensland Human Rights Act when it removed homeless campers from a public park. The case was brought by a group of individuals who had been camping in the park and argued that the council's actions interfered with their rights. The court ultimately ruled that the council's handling of the situation was inconsistent with the Human Rights Act. In response, the council says it is carefully reviewing the decision and considering its legal options. However, council officials have also indicated that they believe the ruling does not invalidate the city's local laws around camping on public land. Cases like this highlight the difficult balancing act councils face when dealing with homelessness. On one hand, local governments are responsible for managing public spaces and responding to community concerns about safety, sanitation, and the use of parks. On the other hand, people experiencing homelessness often have very limited alternatives when it comes to finding somewhere to stay. Across Australia, many councils are grappling with similar challenges as housing affordability pressures and cost of living issues, among other social issues, contribute to rising homelessness in some areas. The outcome of this case could potentially influence how councils approach similar situations in the future. In infrastructure news, a major upgrade to Caboolture-Bribie Island Road has now been completed ahead of schedule. The project widened a section of the road between Old Turrbal Point Road and Saint Road from 2 lanes to 4. It also included upgrades to several intersections, new traffic lights at the Vols Road and Browns Road intersection, and improved cycling and pedestrian facilities. The road is a key connection between Caboolture and Bribie Island, used by residents, commuters, and tourists heading to the island. For a rapidly growing area like Moreton Bay, projects like this are aimed at improving safety and keeping traffic moving as population increases. There's also been a new sports facility opening at South Pine Sports Complex. The upgraded netball venue includes 8 new accessible courts designed to support local competitions and community participation. Facilities like this can make a big difference for local sporting organisations, particularly as participation numbers continue to grow. Community sport remains one of the main ways people connect locally, so infrastructure like this helps support both recreation and grassroots sport development. Another project underway in Moreton Bay is the development of a new Discovery Centre aimed at supporting education and career pathways. The centre is expected to provide interactive learning experiences focusing on science, technology, and emerging industries. The goal is to give students and young people opportunities to explore potential careers and connect with local industries. As Moreton Bay continues to grow, initiatives like this are part of a broader effort to link education with workforce opportunities. Now, a slightly unusual but interesting research project has been tracking the movements of ibises across southeast Queensland. Researchers fitted tracking devices to 169 birds to better understand how the species moves through urban environments. The results showed the birds travelling surprisingly long distances, with sightings recorded from Byron Bay all the way to Mackay. While ibises are often seen as a part of everyday life in Australian cities, the study aims to better understand how wildlife adapts to urban areas and how cities can manage that relationship. Those are some of the key things happening across Moreton Bay this week. If you live in the area, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on the Supreme Court ruling and how councils should balance the management of public spaces with the challenges of homelessness. And if you'd like to stay up to date with what's happening across Greater Brisbane without the spin, make sure you're subscribed. Here's updates for some of the other Greater Brisbane LGAs, the Greater Brisbane overview for this week, and the full series so you can stay in the loop with everything happening across the region. See you there.